How to get out of debt on a low income. Even if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're working hard, you're cutting costs, but somehow, the debt just won't go away. You feel stuck and the numbers never seem to shrink. What if I told you that the biggest reason most people stay in debt has nothing to do with how much they make? In fact, there's a mindset shift most people never discover, especially on a low income. And once you learn it, you'll finally feel like the one in control. Stick around, because in a few minutes we'll talk about one small move that almost guarantees you'll stop living paycheck to paycheck, even if your income never increases. Let's dive into the steps that can help you escape debt, even if your income feels like it's barely enough to survive. Number 1. Understand. Exactly what you owe. Let's be real, most people avoid looking at their debt. It's overwhelming. But not knowing the numbers is like trying to lose weight without stepping on the scale. So the first step is this. List out every debt you have. Include credit cards, personal loans, payday loans, car loans, student loans, everything. Write down the total balance, the minimum monthly payment, and the interest rate for each one. For example, let's say you have a credit card with a $2,000 balance and a 24% interest rate, a car loan with $8,000 remaining at a 7% interest rate, a payday loan with $500 due and a sky-high 35% interest rate. Once it's written down, you can finally see your target, and it's way easier to hit a target you can see. Number 2. Choose a debt payoff strategy that actually works. There are two popular strategies, the snowball method and the avalanche method. The snowball method means you pay off the smallest debt first. Once that's gone, you roll that payment into the next smallest. This gives you quick wins and motivation. The avalanche method focuses on the highest interest debt first. It saves you the most money long term. If you need emotional momentum, like a quick win to feel progress, start with the snowball. If you're motivated by saving the most money, go with the avalanche. Let's say you have a $500 payday loan, a $2,000 credit card, and an $8,000 car loan. Using the snowball, you'd pay off the payday loan first. But with the avalanche, you'd go after the credit card first since it's got the highest interest. There's no wrong answer. The best method is the one you'll stick with. Number 3. Track every dollar. Yes, every dollar. This is where most people fall off the wagon. They try to budget mentally. But the brain lies. Your wallet doesn't. Use a notebook, an app, or even sticky notes, but track where every dollar goes. Groceries, gas, coffee, random online orders. All of it. When $30 disappears here and $18 disappears there, it adds up fast. Many people discover they're spending hundreds of dollars a month they didn't even realize were leaving their pocket. A woman once tracked her spending and found she was spending over $250 a month on fast food without realizing it. That's $3,000 a year, enough to pay off most of her credit card debt. Number 4. Cut the right expenses, not just any expenses. Don't just cut randomly. Be smart about it. Cut things that don't hurt your lifestyle, but give you back cash. For example, cancel subscriptions you don't use. Switch to a cheaper phone plan. Meal prep instead of eating out. Use public transportation instead of driving if possible. One man switched his $180 cable package for a $10 streaming plan and never missed it. It's not about punishing yourself, it's about creating space so you can breathe. Number 5. Increase your income, even just a bit. When you're on a low income, the problem isn't just debt, it's the lack of room to move. Even an extra $200 a month can completely change your timeline for getting out of debt. Some examples: babysit one evening a week, $50. Deliver food for 2 hours on weekends, $100. Sell unused items online, one-time $300 boost. A single mom earned $150 per week tutoring kids on Zoom. That side hustle helped her pay off her payday loan in just 2 months. You don't need a second job. Just a small boost, applied consistently, can speed things up dramatically. Number 6. Call your creditors and ask for a break. Most people don't know this, but sometimes all you have to do is ask. Many creditors will lower your interest rate, waive late fees, set up a temporary hardship plan. One man called his credit card company and simply said, "I'm trying to pay off my debt, but I'm struggling. Can you help me?" They lowered his interest from 26% to 14%. That alone saved him hundreds of dollars. Creditors would rather get some money than nothing. Don't be afraid to ask. The worst they can say is no. Number 7. Use the no-spend challenge trick. Pick a specific category, like fast food, clothes, or Amazon, and commit to spending $0 there for 30 days. It's a game, and games are easier to win than rules are to follow. A woman did a no-spend January and saved over $600 just from not buying random stuff online. That became her emergency fund. These little resets train your brain to break habits you didn't even know were hurting you. Number 8. Build a mini emergency fund. First, here's a twist most beginners don't expect. Before throwing everything at your debt, build a small emergency fund of about $500 to $1,000. Why? Because life will happen. The car will break, the kid will get sick. If you don't have savings, you'll go right back into debt every time something pops up. Even if it takes you 2 or 3 months to build it, it's worth it. You'll protect all the progress you make going forward. Number 9. Automate what you can. Make it easy to win. Set up automatic payments, even small ones, to go toward your smallest or highest interest debt every payday. Even if it's just $20 a week, that's over $1,000 a year without thinking. The trick is to take the emotion out of it. When it's automated, you don't feel the pain, and the results add up fast. Number 10. Change how you see debt. Debt is not just numbers. It's a weight on your mind. It affects sleep. It affects confidence. It makes you feel like you're drowning while everyone else is swimming. But here's the truth. Every payment you make is a vote for a different future. You are not your debt. You are someone who is getting out of it. That identity shift is powerful. A man once said, "I stopped calling myself broke. I started calling myself a builder." That change in language changed everything. You can do the same. Number 11. Use windfalls wisely. Tax refund, birthday money, bonus at work. These moments matter more when you're on a low income. Use them to jump ahead. Instead of spending a $1,000 refund on stuff you won't remember in a month, put $500 into emergency savings and $500 on your smallest debt. A family used their $1,500 stimulus check to clear 2 credit cards. That gave them an extra $90 each month in freed-up cash, money they used to pay down the rest faster. Number 12. Find support and stay motivated. This journey is hard to walk alone. Find a debt-free community. Join a Facebook group. Follow creators who talk about budgeting. Share your wins, even small ones. A woman shared on TikTok that she paid off a $300 credit card. The comments cheered her on. She said that made her feel like a millionaire, and that gave her energy to keep going. Motivation is like gas in the tank. Get it where you can. The truth is, debt isn't just a money problem, it's an emotional one. Especially on a low income, where every dollar feels like it has 10 jobs. But no matter how small your paycheck is, you still have power. And remember that one move I promised you at the beginning? Here it is. Track your spending for just 7 days. Not forever. Just 7 days. That 1 week will show you more about your habits, your leaks, your priorities, and your future than anything else. And once you know where your money actually goes, you finally get to tell it where to go next. You're not stuck. You're just one small step away from momentum. Keep going.